Warning: some viewers may find the following video disturbing. This episode may contain topics of murder, suicide, domestic violence, or sexual assault. Viewing discretion is advised.
On Thanksgiving Day, November 23, 2006, a tragedy occurred in Cordova, Tennessee, that would shatter a family, devastate a community, and lead to a long, painful legal battle. The victim was Ashley Pittman Scott, a beloved 28-year-old English teacher at Bolton High School. What began as a romantic relationship turned into a nightmare. This is the story of her life and her death. Ashley Scott was warm, intelligent, and deeply committed to her students and her work. She had grown up with strong ties to her family and pursued her passion for teaching with dedication and grace. She married Jeffrey Scott, a man she met in college. Their relationship, for a while, seemed to hold all the promise of a happy future. Love, shared dreams, and plans to buy a house and start a family. But beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. Friends and family say Ashley began to withdraw. Jeffrey's personality shifted in ways that worried those closest to her. On the evening of November 22, 2006, the night before Thanksgiving, Ashley and Jeffrey got into a heated argument. According to court testimony, the argument was sparked by a text message Ashley had received. Alcohol was involved. Both had been drinking. As the night dragged on, tensions escalated. Witnesses later said that this was not the first time their relationship had turned volatile. But this time, the stakes would be fatally high. Jeffrey told investigators he made Ashley sleep in the garage. It was cold outside that November night in Tennessee. The couple's fight had turned physical. Jeffrey later admitted to striking her multiple times. As morning turned into afternoon, Ashley lay in the garage, injured, in pain, maybe even unconscious. But there's no record of Jeffrey calling 911 that night. Instead, more than 12 hours went by. It wasn't until a friend, a doctor, came by that Jeffrey finally dialed for help. The friend reportedly told him to call 911. When paramedics finally arrived, they found Ashley in critical condition. She was transported to Baptist Memorial Hospital, but the injuries she had suffered were grave. Her face was badly swollen. There was bleeding from her mouth, ears, and nose, signs of severe trauma. She was pronounced dead later that evening. Investigators were called in. The autopsy revealed multiple blunt force injuries to Ashley's head. The cause of death: a brutal beating. At the crime scene, they looked for signs of a struggle. But strangely, photographs of Jeffrey's body, his hands, knuckles, chest, arms, showed no visible scratches, bruises, or injuries. In the weeks after her death, Ashley's co-workers testified that they'd seen bruises on her prior to the fatal night. Prosecutors began to build their case. A pattern of abuse, a relationship fraught with anger, power, and control. In November 2006, after Ashley's death, a grand jury indicted her husband, Jeffrey Scott, on first-degree murder charges. The trial began in January 2009. The prosecution argued that this was not an accident, that Jeffrey had beaten her, then waited too long to get help. One of the most striking pieces of evidence was the 911 call Jeffrey made, nearly 13 hours after the fight. Prosecutors played the tape for the jury, saying that his tone was vague, evasive, and indifferent. The defense, on the other hand, argued that the death was not premeditated. They claimed Jeffrey didn't set out to kill Ashley, that the outcome was unintended. The defense pointed to their plans. They were buying a house, trying to start a family. According to them, this was a tragic death in a marriage that was struggling, not a calculated murder. In 2007, Jeffrey Scott was indicted. In 2009, a jury found him guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison, a conviction later upheld on appeal. Ashley's friends and family have spoken out for years, using her story to raise awareness about domestic violence and the silent dangers hidden behind closed doors. One of the most powerful reminders came from her sister, who said, "If this could happen to my beautiful sister, Ashley, it can happen to anyone." Final thoughts. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a holiday about gratitude, family, and love. But for those who knew Ashley Scott, the day carries a different meaning. It's a reminder that behind even the brightest smiles, someone may be struggling in silence. And it's a call to notice, to speak up, to reach out, before the next tragedy happens. Many who knew Ashley, students, colleagues, were deeply affected. Her death became a rallying point about domestic violence. In her memory, a 5K run was organized to raise awareness and funding to help stop domestic violence. Domestic violence is a serious and harmful behavior that includes physical, emotional, psychological, sexual, or financial abuse within a relationship or household. It is never acceptable. Anyone experiencing or witnessing domestic violence should seek help immediately. This was the tragic case of Ashley Scott. If you or someone you know is in immediate danger, call emergency services right away. The domestic violence hotline number is 1-800-799-7233. Support is available through local hotlines, shelters, and advocacy organizations. Reaching out for help is a strong and important step towards safety. Until next time, stay safe and watch your back. This is True Crime Dad signing off.